Hey, what's going on, guys? Henry Kaminski here from UniqueDesignz.net with another Brand Doctor podcast episode for you. Today, we're going to be talking about getting paid for your thinking. And why is it that so many people spend so much time building their expertise, but yet they don't understand the power and value of their thinking? So let's get into this, guys. This is something that I want to address because there's a lot of folks out there that are leaving a ton of money on the table. And I don't want that to happen to you guys anymore. I want you guys to be focusing in on your expertise and understanding your value and understanding your worth and understanding why I do some of the things that I do inside of my business, because it works and why it works and the psychology behind it. So I've had people ask me, why do you charge $100? Excuse me. Why do you charge $100 for an introductory consult? I'm dying over here, guys. I'm so sorry. And I told them, listen, my time is worth money. Your time is worth money. I want to make sure that I'm working with a qualified fit and somebody who's extremely motivated to make a difference in their business and in themselves. And 9 times out of 10, when they commit and pay the $97, they're committed to moving forward with whatever it is that they're struggling with, to get that resolved as quickly as possible. And so what I realize is this: when they commit to that $100 introductory consult call, it's a step in the right direction, and it also keeps them accountable for their actions, right? So let me give you a quick example, because I've tested this over the months. And when I open up my consultations, my introductory consultations, and when I open them up to a free status, right? And I only typically take about 10 clients at a time if my calendar permits it. It's actually funny what happens. So yes, I do get a whole bunch of, I fill those 10 I fill those 10 spots on my calendar within 24 hours. The funny thing is, only about 40% actually show up to that call. 40%. So 60% of those people, 6 out of 10 people, do not show up for that consult call. Why? Because there was no skin in the game. There was no skin in the game. There was nothing that was going to create pain had they not paid that $100. So I want to break this down even further, because I want you guys to understand how powerful it is when to qualify your clients and really understand who it is that you're working with and who it is that you want to work with. So the reason why I do not do consults for free is because I want the client to understand that my thinking is worth money. Okay? And I don't start to solve problems for my clients until they pay for it. Because when I start to solve their problems, then things start to get better on their end. Okay? And I've worked too damn hard, and so have you, to be giving that away for free. So if you really do awesome work, and you really are an expert in your field, then you should be paid for every minute of it. And it's very hard for me to prescribe a solution if I haven't diagnosed a problem. How many doctors have you gone to that said, hey, Mrs. Smith, I think we need to do a double mastectomy here. I know we haven't done a mammogram yet. I know we haven't done a CAT scan yet or an ultrasound, but I think what we need to do is remove both breasts. Would you trust that doctor? Probably not. And that's why I'm explaining this to you in detail, is that introductory consult call is simply this. It's like going into the hospital to get an MRI. They charge money for that. And they don't even know what the hell's wrong with you yet. But it costs money. Why? Because they need to get that perspective in order to diagnose the problem correctly. And that, my friends, takes time, and it takes thought, and it takes strategy and manpower behind that, thinking power behind that. And we're not going to give that away for free if we're experts, are we? We're not. So that's why I do a $100 introductory consult fee. Because that there is simply a conversation that will determine a couple of things. One, it's probably going to give you, and I could guarantee it, it's going to give you an outside perspective that you didn't have prior to getting on that call. Okay? And the second thing is, it's a conversation. I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's either going to be a good fit that we proceed and I help you solve your problems inside of your business and in your branding, or it's not. Either way, you're going to be all right, and I'm going to be all right. And so I want you to take this concept, and I want you to think about applying it to your business, because it's going to weed out a lot of the tire kickers that simply want to suck you dry for ideas and thought and solution without paying for it. It's like asking a doctor to prescribe and diagnose a solution for you, but yet you do not want to meet with that doctor, nor do you want to pay that doctor for his time. That's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. So I want you guys to understand this, that there is a reason why people gate their thinking with price points. Because we want to qualify our clients. And I'll be honest with you, you're not going to get 50 leads a week unless you're really, really good. But the leads that you do get, that do pay you the $100, are way better fits right out of the gate. Why? Because you know that they're action takers. You know that they're committed. You know that they're holding themselves accountable, even though it's a measly $100. But it's a step in the right direction. And when they get on the call with you, they've already invested $100. And I know that's not a lot, but they are ready to really take action against their problem and have you help them solve it. So try this out. And don't be afraid of losing those leads. Why? Because probably 60% of them aren't probably good fits anyway. And focus on why you should do this. It's very psychological here, guys. And so just pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Give it a whirl and see what kind of results you get. See what kind of people begin to knock at your door. And then let me know. So have an awesome day, guys. Hope you got some value out of this. Real quick, if you haven't become a part of the Brand Doctors Hangout yet on Facebook, please shoot over there right now. Just type in the search query, the Brand Doctors Hangout. There's about 400 of us in there right now that are all helping each other build each other's brands up. And if you haven't yet subscribed to this podcast, please do. If you haven't shared it with a friend or a colleague, I appreciate that and thank you in advance. And I hope you get value out of these episodes. If you have any topics of conversation that you want me to address, I'd be happy to do that. And so just drop me a line. Either you can email me, or you know how to get me on social media. It's quite easy via DM or PM or comments here underneath this video. Go ahead and check that out, because I would love to be able to speak to you guys very specifically and understand where you're struggling and help you get over that hump. And I will provide as much experience and much knowledge as I can through this podcast and through my YouTube channel and through my content on Instagram and Facebook to help you build your brand. Because when you build your brand, you build relationships. Because branding is the feeling that people get when they interact with your business. And so if you're not working at that and making that better, no guru, no course, no strategy, no tactic, no sales funnel, no automation is going to help you make more money. It starts at the foundation. It starts at the bottom. So if you don't get to the root of the issue, it will spread and it'll become a cancer and it will kill your business. So focus on the fundamentals, focus on the foundation, and watch what happens. Talk to you soon, guys. Have an awesome day.